Rondo, I finna slam dunk. Get big on you fake pumps. That pump ain't no fake pump. Bitch fell for the pump fake. Got him talking like first take. Get it right on the first take. Hit the hole in the first.
Oh, I know you don't want to drink, but I gotta drink a little bit.
No.
It's alright. I ain't even bring you a cup. I only brought the cup for me, so you good.
Yeah.
The nigga said I'll play with a toy car. That's about it.
No, I'm super straight on drinking right now, boy.
But yeah, once again, happy birthday, dog. Happy
We've
late
started.
birthday.
This is us starting?
Yeah, we starting.
Oh. All right. Thanks, man.
Nigga stupid.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my dog Quay told me to tell you what's up too, bro.
What's your dog, Quay? Every nigga in the hood got a friend named Quay.
Native Sounds Quay.
Gotcha, my guy.
Yeah.
My guy.
That's my brother.
Yes, I saw him out there yesterday.
He told me he was pulling up to holler at you yesterday.
Yeah. There was a lot of people pulled up, man. I want to thank everybody for pulling up, hollering at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. You got the hub for people to, meet up and, just conversate that and shit.
I do. Yeah, it's just, I'm glad that people done took hold of the spot, man. And, especially people our age, like, how old are you?
I just turned 30 last week.
All right, yeah, okay. So, yeah, like people our age is kind of like mine in a sense. Like, of course, like we, on the weekends, we turn up. We like, it's all the way, it's up. Mm-hmm. But like, that's not really a great representation of what it is that we do. At studio during the week, like on Monday through Friday before 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of people that come in there just to have conversations about, the world and have conversations about business and art and music and everything.
Oh, yeah, it's a great spot to network, too, because a lot of people be there.
Yeah, like, I feel like everybody has their place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like God bless Soleil, Indian Queen, Firehouse, what I'm saying? But there was no real bar for black folks. Like, I would challenge you to name a bar, not a bar grill, not a club, but a bar, just a bar.
Strictly for black folks.
Yeah.
Can't think of one.
Yes, you'd be hard pressed, and there are a lot of great clubs. I'm a DJ first, so that's not a shade to, what it is that your 3DL. Well, excuse me, Rendezvous at 3. It's not a shade to what Rendezvous at 3 or Level 9 or anybody else does, but we're a bar. We open 6 days a week at 7:00.
Yeah,
and that's what we do. We like.
Why you don't do happy hour?
Because nobody came. and that's one benefit that a lot of those places have that we don't. Like, they have the benefit, and people take advantage of, like Prime Time, like 3DL, like Limelight, like those places are great for happy hours because they have delicious food. Like, I've had food from Prime Time. I've had food from I've definitely had food from 3DL. That was my first job out of college, so I had all their food.
Hold up, bro. Before we start, I ain't even do the intro.
Oh.
As y'all listening, this is DJ Knightmare, another episode of Sit Down with Slim.
Hey, guys.
We just jump right into it.
Yeah. But, like, those places like Oak, you know what I mean? Like,
I went there for the first time on my birthday last week.
And I'm sure you had a good time.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you had some food.
I didn't have no food.
You should have.
I didn't eat all day because I was drunk as hell, dog.
I feel you.
I couldn't eat nothing all day.
But it's like, yeah, all of these places have kitchens, and they have the ability to have a great happy hour because you want to eat when you get off of work. You want to eat when you're drinking.
Y'all had a food truck, though.
Yeah, we have food trucks, but I'd rather not get into why we don't.
I wasn't gonna ask you.
Okay, but yeah.
But now you said that, I do remember why. But
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna ask you. That's not why. I wasn't trying to bring that up.
No, that's not even what I'm saying. It's strictly a food truck matter. It's not.
Okay.
It's not anything else.
Okay.
Matter.
I thought you were talking about. Didn't y'all have like a situation outside or something?
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. I wasn't bringing it up.
All right, but yeah,
Knightmare said he did not come here with that Vlad TV bullshit.
No, I mean you can act it. This is another conversation, but it is important to understand that a person has the ability and the right to ask you any question that he wants to ask.
Yeah, correct.
It is your responsibility to yourself and what you do to answer those questions or not answer those questions.
I agree completely.
Because I too am a journalist of sorts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But in media, people, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not one of them people that really care about asking like the hard question that everybody want to ask though, dog. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna ask you who's your girlfriend and why did you and your first baby mama break up. That's not me. That's not what I do here.
But it's context too. You have to understand like if
I'll hint around it, and if you want to talk about it, then we can talk about it though. That's what I do.
For sure. You can softball your way in, or you can be the guy. You can take the Charlemagne round and say, "What's going on with this here?"
Yeah.
But either way, you have a responsibility to yourself and your product to ask the questions that you need to ask in order to get the product that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So if you feel like asking me about a girlfriend from 10 years ago that keep my car up in the middle of Broad Street.
Is that a true story?
No, hell no. No. But if that's something that you wanted that you wanted to ask me, I'm gonna be like, this happened. Or I'm gonna be like, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
And both of those answers are okay.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem using my discernment to get what I need to accomplish out. If I came here for that, then we could talk about that. But I didn't.
Yeah.
You know. All right, but what we talking about?
We was
happy
talking
hours,
about
Black Clubs?
yeah. The happy hour in the food and clubs.
Yeah. I wish we had a kitchen so I could be like them. That's dope. That's dope that they have a happy hour, and I wish I could have a really successful happy hour, especially being downtown. But with our building being so small and us not having a kitchen, happy hours just didn't work, and that's okay.
So, what you like the structure that you have now, though?
I would like for it to be different. I would like for it to be better. Is
that the vision you had for it when you first thought of it? How did you come up with the vision for it, though?
I didn't do anything unilaterally. It was a decision made by me and my partners. We all just wanted a bar that we felt comfortable in, that people that were like us could go to. Like we wanted the hipster. Like Drake always said, he had a line something like he was saying, he wanted the hipsters to hang with the hood niggas.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It was something like that.
That's what I said the first time I went there. I was like, it's kind of a hipster spot.
Yeah, I want the hipsters and the freaks and geeks and people that are cool. It just I don't care what you classify yourself as. I'm not in the identity politics as it pertains to who should be where.
Yeah.
But I want, if you're a good person, if you're cool people and you want to come and have a good time and vibe out, then I want you to come here. A great place that I love and I'm gonna love forever, where this is my first favorite bar, is Tribeca. I love.
Yeah, you told me that we was talking last week.
Yeah, like I love every single thing about Tribeca, and I wish that, and I pray and I hope that they never change. You know what I mean? But at the same time in which I love Tribeca, I wanted something a little bit different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I wanted a more youthful hip hop element incorporated into the DNA. But I will always pay homage to Tribeca because that is exactly what it needs to be in order for them. Their identity, the things that they do, the way that they move around in there. I love everything about Tribeca. But I wanted, just like I said, I just wanted something different.
It's definitely a comfortable spot for a lot of beautiful women.
Facts, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Women love me.
That's because you funny, dog.
I'm funny, and I'm not a guy that motherfucking is gonna be out here. I'm not
bloodhounding over.
Yeah, like I love women, dog. And I want you to be comfortable. I want you to have fun. I want you to drink. I want you to go home. I want you to go home. Go home. Go away.
Yeah.
Go away.
So what would you say you're introverted? I know that's a weird question in your line of work.
I enjoy people. I enjoy DJing. I enjoy being around people. I enjoy being at the bar and being around people. But in my personal time, I'd rather be alone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'd rather be by myself. I have given myself to the people for the last 12 years, 12, 13, 11 years, whatever.
I wanted to ask you that because we were talking about that at the bar. Like, so how did you go from being introverted and wanting to be to yourself to DJing, having to be around people every night?
I didn't develop the introversion until later on in life. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I always like people. You know what I'm saying? Like college was. I went to Payne, of course. I love PC one time. That's my people. Like I was the guy. Even before I was a DJ, I was the guy in front of everybody and trying to entertain people and, trying to make people laugh and being laughed at and all of that. Everything. I was the total spectrum of what the guy looks like at Payne. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't an introvert at all, but as I began to find self, I found that sometimes being by myself was better than being with other people. And I still enjoy doing those other things. But what really happened is that I turned being an extrovert into a job. And then when I get off of work, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you done. I'm clocking out.
like I do that. I love everything about my job, everything about the job. And sidebar, everybody who says like, if you have a passion for your job, then you'll never work a day in your life. That is bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
completely.
It's complete bullshit. Like I work every day.
I just said that on the pod with
my
my dog Maine. I was like, Maine, I don't know what you do, but I clock in.
Yeah,
that's what I do when I come in here.
Yeah, so like it's just like when I'm done with doing that, like usually I sit at home. I probably won't listen to music. I'll probably just be in a chair and it's silent and I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Unless, I got the company of a lady friend or something. Other than that, I'm chilling, man, or on 2K.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there to do, though? Like, especially when your life is revolved around the nightlife.
Yeah, it's go, 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 go. It's go. And then, like, my life has taken this, I've gotten to this, not fork in the road, but it's like detours on this road to wherever the end goal is, where I've developed passions for a lot of different things because I love to do photography. I love DJing. I love being an entrepreneur. I love being all of these other things. So it's just like, I don't know.
When did you pick the camera up?
About 2.5 years ago. 2.5, 3 years ago. I always thought it was dope. You know what I mean? Just in order to see something, take a picture of it, and come out the way that you wanted it to be. Yeah. That's an art, and you can do it with your phone, but the art of taking a picture in a camera, not on auto, and getting out great images, you know what I mean, and having subjects and shooting those subjects, it's dope. It's just another. It's a tool, first of all, because a lot of times you got to pay people to do some stuff, Mm-hmm. So another part of me starting to do it was that I was trying to become more self-sufficient, self-sufficient at making flyers, self-sufficient at making promotional videos for the club, or self-sufficient at just doing other things. But I also wanted to have an outlet that wasn't DJing for creativity. So I picked up the camera.
Yeah, you started doing graphics too, right?
I want to say that. You
iffy about them graphics, huh?
Nah, man. I'll tell you, just like I told you last week, I go to postermywall.com. They give you an annual subscription, and they have like a kajillion templates, and you pay $100 a year, and they have these flyers done, and you just go in and change the flyers. That's it. That's it. Like I'm not. It's not like a big secret or nothing. But sometimes graphic designers may take 2 to 3 business days, which is respectable. Mm-hmm. But what if I come up with something right now and I need it right now? I can just go to that website and get it done, and it's not gonna look as good as somebody who knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah,
that's a fact. It's not gonna be that, but it's gonna be a serviceable product that I can provide for myself.
I'm doing a podcast with a graphic designer next week, and I think that's one of the topics I'm gonna hit on because a lot of people nowadays go to what's it called? I use it too.
Canva?
Yeah, Canva.
It's the same concept.
But bro, you can tell when somebody use Canva.
Absolutely.
Like I only use Canva for like little thumbnails and stuff when I already got the idea.
Right.
But like some stuff you need somebody that's a little more professional to do it.
Right, because good work ain't cheap and cheap work ain't good.
Exactly.
And you're gonna need graphic designers have a place in the ethos because they are professionals and they are tacticians in what they're doing. They can literally, if there's an idea that you have and you say, I want it to look like this, this, and this, they can go and create this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do that on postonmywall.com because I don't know how to do it. But what I can do is if we have a poetry night at the bar, I can go to poetry and it'd be a template of a black girl doing this.
Yeah.
And it's a poetry night flyer. Now I'm done.
Yeah, just put the information in and that's
Right.
it.
But if there's a DJ Knightmare project, if I wanted to do a DJ Knightmare mixtape and I wanted me to be flying or like a phoenix rising from the ashes or something, I don't know. You know what I mean? I would need somebody professional to come and bring my vision to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, bro, let's talk about the DJing. When did you start DJing?
2009, I was at Payne, and my friend Lee was the big downloader nigga. You know what I mean? Everybody got that friend that just got a computer and got hard drives and got the CDs and all that. And he came into my homeboy Chauncey room, who's like my best friend in the whole world. And he came in there with this thing called Virtual DJ. And I was like, that look fun. Let me hold that. Let me get a copy of that. So I got it from Lee. Went back to my room, started playing with it, and looked up, and it was like 12 hours later. And I had like 4 songs on my computer at the time. Always loved music, but I wasn't in music, you know? Mm-hmm. But I looked up, and it was like 12 hours later, and I was like, well, this may be something I could do. And I went from DJing in my dorm room, going on the yard, DJing little, mixers and stuff on the yard. And I switched my major because I was a business management major because that's what black men do when they don't know what they're going to do. I'm going to be business management. There's a lot of people that do business, that want to do business, but if you don't know what you want to do, you don't do undecided. I never heard of I'm undecided. No, I'm a business management.
General studies.
Yes, I didn't even know that was a degree until my senior year.
Yeah,
and it wasn't that Payne. I don't think you get a general. You know what I mean? But I figured out that I want to do this, and I'm so glad I went to college because there would be no DJ Knightmare without Payne College, like period. And I started taking mass communication classes, took music classes, and I became DJ Knightmare. That was 2009.
I actually got a business management degree.
Did you have intentions of doing business?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's what you went to school.
I think I'm like one of the 2%.
Yeah,
because a lot of people do get into business because they like, I don't know what I want to do, and this sounds easy.
Yeah,
and then they be shocked that it's not as easy.
And
as
it's so there are. Let's not get it fucked up. There's so many people that want to do business and go and get the business degree, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do because it's the technical aspect of knowing business.
But bro, so you don't have no regrets of college because now it's popular for people to like have these regrets like I wish I never went to college.
I cannot say that because as a young man, I didn't have the tools to go out into the world and be a productive man.
See,
so if I wouldn't have, my mom did a great job of raising me. You know what I mean? She gave me everything that she could for the time that she was allotted to raise me because she had to work too and she had other kids too. So good job. But there at school, when I got to school, there were men that placed their hands on me and said, this is how you do life. This is how you should do life. And they continue to mentor me today. You know what I mean? And I am thankful that I went to school, not for the education because, well, I'm not going to say not for the education because I've got a great education.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially about like black history and black and what it means to be black.
I was gonna ask you that. What made you go to HBCU?
I didn't get into anywhere else.
Really?
I didn't get into no other school. I didn't, and even as it pertains to black colleges, I didn't get into Fort Valley. I didn't get into Albany State. I didn't get into Savannah State. I didn't get in to anywhere but Georgia Coastal Community College, which is the college in the neighboring town in Brunswick, Georgia, and Payne College. I didn't get in anywhere else, and I didn't have a plan before I graduated. I didn't have a plan of anything. I didn't know what I was gonna do. You always hear you go to high school, then you go to college, but there was no plan. If it wasn't for my very white counselor, who was like, "You should go to Payne. You should apply to Payne." And I was like, "What is Payne? It's a school in Augusta. Where is Augusta? It's up north, further up north." You know what I mean? And it's a black school. That's what she said, and I was like, "All right, how much it costs?" "Oh, they're doing free applications." All right, what I got to lose, right?
Yeah.
So I did it, and it couldn't have been 7 days later. They sent me an acceptance letter, and I was like, well, I guess I need to go see what it looked like. And then I got in. And
2 questions.
Yeah.
What high school did you go to, and what was your high school GPA?
I had the very fortunate. I went to McIntosh County Academy. The McIntosh. I gotta put the like Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
McIntosh County Academy in Darien, Georgia.
Darien, Georgia.
Yes, it's 40 minutes south of Savannah and 40 minutes north of Jacksonville.
The big port. That's it? The big port? That's what you're talking about, right?
What the hell are you talking about?
The town with the big port in it?
No.
That's not it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't know where it's at then.
Are you thinking of Brunswick, Georgia, maybe?
Uh-uh.
Are you thinking of Savannah?
Uh-uh.
Charleston?
No. It's a town on that coast that got the big, huge port.
Savannah.
Nah, Darien might be the one with the outlet in it. The old outlet. Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Well, rest in peace, that outlet. That was one of my first jobs, too. I worked at Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
And rack room shoes. Not it wasn't rack room, factory brand shoes.
That's the one you get you pass right before you get to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's 40 more minutes.
I knew I was gonna get it.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes south of Savannah and 45 minutes north of Jacksonville.
Douglas. I'm thinking about Douglas with the port. Douglas, Georgia.
Okay.
But now I got it though. The one with the outlet, the old outlet.
Yes,
I got it.
Yes. I think it's called Factory Brand Outlet in Darien, Georgia, right off the exit 95.
It's kind of country out there, ain't it?
Oh yeah, man. Population 2. You feel me? It's real small. But it's a great life. You know what I mean? I didn't live rich, and I always moved a lot. I say I'm from Darien, but I wasn't born in Darien. I was born in Hinesville, Georgia. You may know Fort Stewart.
Yeah, I know where Hinesville is.
All right, for sure. So I was born there, but between Hinesville and Brunswick, Georgia, I moved around a lot in Brunswick, Georgia. And then I moved to Alabama, and then we moved back to Darien, and that's where I stayed the longest, like in one place. We stayed there from 8th grade to my senior year of high school. So I call that home.
Yeah, that's how I am with Augusta.
Word.
I'm with Augusta. Well, I stayed there from the time I was 4 to 7, then came back 8th grade.
Right.
So
that's what I call home. And your other question was what my GPA.
Yeah,
it had to be somewhere north of 1920, something like that. And then my ACT was trash. I just took it because that's what they told me to do, was take an ACT. And I was never a dumb person. You know what I mean?
You just didn't like school.
I just didn't like. I always found after middle school, it was just like I don't really care. I just want to do things. I'd rather do things. I wish I could have had a Davidson Fine Art School.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wish I really, like, if I could do it all over again, if I could rewind it, I would go find a school where I could learn to play the piano or learn to draw or learn to do this, like that ATC school. And that what it's called over there by Augusta Tech?
Uh-huh.
I wish there was that kind of school where I can learn to do video, audio production, engineering, or something like that. Like, I don't feel like the traditional way of doing school is made for everybody. I believe that you have to figure out what it is that piques your interest, and let's put you in a program that develops that. You know what I mean? Of course, you're gonna need your science and your history and
Your
English.
3 R's.
Yeah,
like
you're gonna need your
used to say.
STEM.
Yeah.
You're gonna need all of that. Of course, that's gonna be in every school. But instead of taking PE, let me take marketing, digital marketing in the 21st century, or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me the tools at a young age so that when it's time to make a decision to if I want to go to college, let me go to a tech school and it matter. Let me go to SCAD and it matter. And I've already built the foundation in which I'm set up to not only just be there and excel, but go to the next level at the beginning of your tertiary, of your third schooling. You know what I mean? After primary school or whatever it's called. Like, I think that'll be a way to help a lot more people, and it would have helped me too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree, but ain't it sad that we figured that out when we get grown and we already passed that phase?
Yeah, but you gotta understand too. Like, our parents weren't equipped with a lot of our parents was not equipped with the information that it takes in order to make those kind of decisions for us.
Yeah, I agree.
We are not responsible for a lot of those decisions that we make because we're children and we're dumb. You know what I mean? I wasn't as advanced as I was. I was always an advanced thinker. But I couldn't make those decisions. Like, my mom had to work. My mom had to go to work 3 to 11, 11 to 7, 7 to 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it wasn't like, I don't blame my parent because my daddy died, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't blame my mom for not doing more with my education, because after a certain age too, you got to get it how you live. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it sucks that now I'm 32 years old and I have to reconcile with what happened to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not
I do
saying
that too, dog. I just did it on my birthday because, see, my mom, she was in the military.
Right.
And her whole thing was, I joined the military because I'm from the country and I ain't have shit else to do. And she was like, nah, you got the resources. You should go to college. Like, she never forced it on me, but she was like, you should go to college. And now the reason why I asked you about the college thing is because I'm on the fence about it. I'm like, I don't regret going to college, but at the same time, I'm like, I probably could have did something different.
Like,
Like, I wish I would have started this instead of going to college.
Sure.
But you can't go back in time, though.
But there wouldn't be no this
without the college. Right.
I just said, like, I would have been a completely whole ass another person if I didn't go to Payne.
Yeah.
If I did not go to Payne College, my trajectory for life would have been different. I wouldn't have been out here, I don't think, would have been out here, selling crack or no shit like that. You know what I mean? But I probably would have continued working at Ralph Lauren. I would have got me a cool little apartment that's closer to people, to civilization. You know what I mean? I would have worked my way up.
Country.
You know what I mean? Probably got a little district manager job or something. I would have been cool. Yeah. But I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for my opportunity to go to school, because of that, I found out what it is that I love to do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And the social interactions, you only spend 20% of your time in college in the classroom. 20%. Yeah. It's the things that shape your worldview that's outside of the classroom that makes it all worth it to me. I'm not going to be no doctor, okay? You feel me? Like, and even with the education that I got, that shit was not what it was when I got to the internship. The internship opened up my eyes so much to the rest of the curriculum that I had already had, that I was like, there needs to be a significant change in the way the curriculum is set up around multimedia spaces. But that's a whole nother podcast. Is there like a time limit on this?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
We can go 100 hours you want to.
No, we can't. Got DJ night.
Nah, but dawg, I was gonna say that is like, dawg, that is great within itself, because you were speaking about you being 32. I know people that's almost 40 and still haven't found what they want to do.
Yeah, and everybody finds what. No. some people never find out what it is that they want to do. Mm-hmm. Some people have the luxury of figuring out what they want to do young, midway point, at the end, but it's a travesty to figure out at the end of life that this is what you should have did. And I'm thankful that I figured out what I want to do. And it's not necessarily DJing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily one. I want to do everything. I want to do everything. You know what I mean? I love DJing, so I want to continue to do that. But I love photography. I want to continue to do that. And I love being an entrepreneur, so I want to continue to do that. And I love people, so I want to continue to figure out what it is that I can do to address the people and talk to the people. You know what I mean? I had a podcast. Before I started studio, we had a podcast. It was called
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that. Why'd y'all stop doing the podcast?
Because we started a bar and we just there was time management became a thing, and I just didn't have the time. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to it because now things are kind of.
I ain't mean to cut you out. What was the name of it?
Life Comes at You Fast.
Life Comes at You Fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody that was on the show. But that was dope to me. I think that I need to retool what it is that I want to do as far as interacting with the people, and it's gonna be great. I can't wait to show y'all what I've been working on.
So you starting to back up?
No, not Life Comes at You Fast. No, that's over.
I'm saying just a podcast period.
Yeah.
I think especially in this city, we need more dope podcasts because it's not a lot of them.
Well, there are people that do great works in the city, and they should be championed while they do great works.
Yeah.
And if you find that there's people that doesn't do great work, and you're in a position to help, then you should at least extend an olive branch and say, hey, I looked at your show and I see that there's some things that you could possibly change to create a better product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you call yourself one of the leaders or the foremost leaders in the podcast industry and the CSRA, then go use the Sankofa method and go far and fetch it. Do as much as you can, do as best as you can, and gather this information. And then you have an obligation after you've gathered all of this information, right? Mm-hmm. To tell somebody else how they can improve. And once you've done that, you've fulfilled your obligation. Right.
But do you think that's the somebody who feels like that they're in that forefront? Do you think that's their job?
Yeah,
it is their job to help
out
those people.
I'm a DJ, right? Mm-hmm. So if I see that there's another DJ over here, right, not growing to his fullest potential because it's one thing that I know what that one thing is, and I don't tell him, I am what they call a fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have the ability to go over there and be like, hey, what's going on? My name is Sterling, or my name is DJ Knightmare, and I think that you should turn your key lock off because it makes your scratches just a touch bit. It makes them sound a little better when you're scratching. And that changes his trajectory as a DJ, then I've done my job. If he doesn't do a goddamn thing and say fuck what I'm talking about, and he still succeeds, then that's what's up. If he doesn't succeed, I can say with wholeheartedness that I tried to do what it was. I tried to help him on a thing, and I gave him the information. He did what he did. He did what he wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't care, because at the end of the day, the young nigga is trying to beat me, right? But I can't look at it like he's trying to beat me. He's trying to do what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like I figured
out the quote I've been trying to say on my podcast forever. It's imitation is the greatest form of flattery. I finally figured it out.
Why?
I kept getting tongue tied on that.
But what's the context of which you use it?
Because that's the same thing you was just saying. Like he's not trying to be you, but he's trying to do what you've accomplished.
No, but
which is ultimately the same thing.
That's not imitation though, because I'm not the first nigga to DJ.
Yeah. But you know, like sometimes people never, like, the person who they admire would be someone like you, the person that they're able to see all the time.
I would hope to be somebody that's admirable. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I did it the right way. You know, so I feel like I definitely, without question and without a piece of humbleness in my heart. I earned every stripe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't skip no steps because in whatever it is that you, whether you work at McDonald's or whether you trying to be the president of the United States, no one is exempt from the process.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, whether it's podcasting and multimedia spaces, whether it's in your 9-to-5 job and you want to become the next, whatever the next level is for you, no one, period, is exempt from the process. And even if you skip all of those steps, there's so much information that you miss because you skip those steps that somebody behind you is going to gather that information and be a better version of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So I would encourage you. I would encourage anybody that is trying to be in a position where they say, I am the best at something. If you feel that you are the best and you feel that you've gathered all of this knowledge and you feel that
I wasn't talking about me though.
I'm not saying you.
Yeah, I didn't feel like
I'm
I
not
was
saying
the
you, and I'm not trying to put you in a sticky situation here.
Yeah.
But if you've gathered enough information and you see that there's somebody out there, but you made the comment that there's not a lot of great podcasts out here, right?
Yeah.
So that leads me to believe that you've heard other people. You didn't just say that like arbitrarily. I would assume that you've listened to other podcasts and you said, this could be better if you do this. This is not good.
I think it's like 7 to 8 really good ones.
Okay.
But I feel like it should be more.
Okay. So so with that being said, when is it that you're going to start creating infrastructure for others to have quality content development?
Well, I just started podcasting. This is year 2 for me.
Okay.
So I'm still fresh in it too. And if someone reaches out to me, I'm more than willing to help them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even besides, like, I produce podcasts also.
Yeah.
There's a couple podcasts I produce. Even outside of that, like, when people hit me up for questions, I got them. It's no problem. But the crazy thing is, like, some people feel like they're too good for that help. That's why I was asking you those questions.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But that's okay. They have a right to feel however they feel. If you are forthcoming with the information, it's your job that if somebody comes to you or with wanting help, if you feel as if you can be beneficial and helpful to them, then you can share the information. You know what I mean? If somebody is over there and saying, I know what I'm doing, and they're in their own thing, and you still have the information, you can still share it with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, I feel like your DBs may be a little up on your mic. You might want to pull back a little bit. It's hot. Your mic is hot. You're overmodulating.
Yeah.
That may they. I listen to your podcast and I feel like maybe you need some content structure as it goes down to the formats, the different formats. You might want to just break it down into a few parts and Hey, instead of doing those formats, you might just want to do more free flowing because I see when y'all just get to talking, y'all have a good back and forth relationship and y'all can just free formally talking to be a great podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those things, just being willing to be forthcoming with information, I feel like makes you a better person, and it eliminates the he a hater phase. You know what I mean?
But that's always gonna come no matter what you do.
But I find solace in knowing that I tried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find solace in knowing that my intentions are good, and I always say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. But it's important. It's important because there's so many other people that want to do what it is that you do. And if somebody be like, man, how can I get a start? Hey man, meet me at Starbucks. And I'll give you an hour of my time, and I'll let you know everything I want to know. Somebody always and forever will ask me, bro, how you get started DJing, bro? I want you to teach me how to do something, bro. And my first thing is always, you got a board and a computer? I ain't got no board yet, but I got tons of music. All right, I'm gonna need you to invest in a board so I know you're serious. How am I gonna teach you what I know, and you can't go home and practice? You know what I mean?
How much a board costs?
It depends on what you want to buy.
A standard board.
What is
Just
a
your
standard board? Standard board is subjective. A two channel mixer.
Okay. If somebody asks me what's a good camera for photography, I know it by price range depending on what you want to do.
Okay.
So as far as a board goes,
right,
it's like a nice standard board.
How much money you got?
I got $500.
Pioneer DDJ-SB controller or SR. I want to go no lower than SR controller.
And how much does that cost?
It's probably gonna be right at $500. But you're still gonna need, other stuff. You're still gonna need speakers. You're still gonna need wires. You're still gonna need cords. You're gonna need you still gonna need stuff.
Yeah.
But there's got to be a blood sacrifice to your dreams. And
I agree. A lot of people don't go through those sacrifice phases though.
There's no way. Like I could be a DJ, and I ain't gonna cap with you now. Like when I first started, I had virtual DJ, right? I had virtual DJ, and it was great, and it worked. But there was a level of DJing that I couldn't reach because I didn't have shit else. I was just DJing on my computer. So I did my first real party at 3DL, and I made like $3,000. Like my first it was a homecoming party. I made $3,000, and I was rich. I was so scared because I never had this much money in my hand at one time. I was like, oh shit, nigga, it's $3,000. Nigga, somebody gonna kill me. I ain't never been rich. So I was like, oh shit, I got $3,000. Somebody follow me home. Make sure I get in the house straight. You feel me?
Yeah.
But the next day, I went to the bank, put it in the bank, and spent $2,000 and got everything that I ever thought that I needed to begin the journey of a traditional DJ. When I got Serato, when I got a CDJ, when I got a mixer. You know what I mean? And then that's when the money train just kept going for these companies because I have been paying out ever since. Last year, I bought a $2,000 mixer and then turned around this year and spent $1,700 more on a board. And that shit will never stop because it's always going to be advancement, improvement in technology, and you're always going to want to be able to put out the best product. So you got to invest in yourself and reinvest, and then reinvest again.
Yeah, I seen you had a lot of nice equipment when y'all did the Facebook Lives when the Corona stuff first happened.
Yeah, and that's
What made you do the Facebook Lives when the Corona stuff happened? I know you were celebrating the anniversary of studio. But what made you keep doing it after that?
We didn't have nothing else to do. What else did we have to do? That was the only that. Of course, after D Nice blew it up and had a cajillion people in his Facebook, like that galvanized so many other DJs to go and do this thing on live.
Yeah.
That was a big part of it, and then. People were supporting and kicking up them $5 a piece, and we wasn't getting rich off that shit. Like we would take that money and bust it down with all the DJs and Fred who put it, the camera stuff together, and we'll have $20, $40, maybe put in our tanks. You know what I mean? After a weekend of doing it, and that was enough. That was enough for us, and we had fun. Mm-hmm. We had to find joy in the midst of this pandemic shit, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how the pandemic affect business. Business just all around.
For me, I got furloughed, and I am still furloughed from the radio station, indefinitely because and I understood it. I totally understood it because if there's local ads and there's national ads, and if they're not coming in as prevalent as they did before, then they don't have the money to just be paying everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's business. And as a businessman, I feel it. They told me that shit. I said, that's a bet. I'm going to holler at y'all. And I went and filed unemployment, and God bless. You know what I mean? I work at Jimmy Jazz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went and found another job at Jimmy Jazz because I'm not I don't have no pride. Fuck pride. Pride to get you killed. Pulp Fiction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm delivering for waiter. You know what I mean? Like, I had to find, because after about a month and a half of not doing anything, I was driving myself crazy. And I needed to get up and do something because I started feeling like lesser of a man because I wasn't making no money. And, it's terrible and it's toxic that money is attached to your masculinity. But I feel like that
It makes you feel that way, though.
Yeah, money is definitely attached to your masculinity because I ain't want to go out the house. I wouldn't know where to go, but I ain't want to go out the house. You know what I mean? I ain't want to move around and do stuff. You know, the little stuff you could do. I didn't want to do none of that because I was like, damn, I'm broke. You know what I mean? Fucked up out here. And I was thankful that somebody was like, get your dumb ass up and do that waiter shit. That waiter shit. Let me tell y'all something. Okay, America, waiter works. I did.
Our DoorDash, our Uber Eats.
Yes. You can. I worked 8 days. A total of maybe 30 hours in those 8 days. And my first check from waiter was $700. And that was good enough for me. All I did was ride around the Captain D's or wherever the fuck and picked up some food, dropped it off to some girl in her apartment, dropped it off to Jones Creek, dropped it off downtown in the bottom. Just ride around listening to podcasts and music all day. I can do that because the alternative is nothing.
How you feel about putting the miles on your car, though? I always wanted to ask people that.
You got to do it, but I'm blessed enough to have a newer car, so I wasn't tripping, and I don't go nowhere. Not like I be going on cross country trips or nothing. So, you know, I wasn't really concerned with that, and it was bringing in income when there was no income. So I was a worthy sacrifice for $700. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? $700. And then out of nowhere, Jimmy Jazz called me back, and because I would do the waiter, and then I'll go home and do applications for jobs all day. I'll do 60% in Augusta, 40% out of Augusta, and every day I'll just do that. Waiter applications, and then out of nowhere, Jimmy Johns called me, and I said, you know what, I'm straight because I'm already doing waiter, and now y'all trying to get my time. You know what I'm saying, for $7 an hour. I was like, nah, folk, waiter got me. And then
it's a little more sweet over here.
Yeah, Jimmy Johns called me, and then I was like, nah. And then Jimmy Jazz called me, and I was like, I love shoes. I love the retail space, and this is a great opportunity while I'm not doing nothing to get back into that. And I was like, and I'm happy with the decision I made. So if y'all want to see me, I'll be at Jimmy Jazz. I don't work a lot of hours because the city back open. It was like I got the job, and then a week later they said the city gonna open back up. So now I'm back to being DJ Knightmare, back to being owner of a Studio Neighborhood Bar, and part-time sales associate at Jimmy Jazz. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you feel about when the city opened back up? Because I know y'all opened up late, didn't y'all? Because the city opened back up and y'all opened up like, what, a couple days later?
Yeah, because we just wanted to see what the overall reaction would be with our people, and we wanted to make sure that we put all the things in place as much as you could in order to be legitimately sanitized. Like, people don't understand, like, there were 39 different rules that they sent out that you had to abide by, and most of them was wash hands and make sure you got a mask on, stuff like that, you know? Feel me? Like, it was, you know, standard stuff, and we just wanted to make sure we had everything in place and we did our due diligence to our business in order to open up the right way. And we wanted to see if the news is going to get on people's ass about being open.
Did they?
Not really. The city opens back up. Details at 6. And then they'll be like, people are out in droves as the coronavirus has been lifted. Then they'll just do a pan of, you know, Broad Street. And then,
nobody really cared, though.
No, because people should care. But there's this, what is it? What do we live in? Capitalism forces you to ask yourself questions as it pertains to morality. You know, because if we were in a government that took care of all of its people, and during this pandemic, they said, like they did in Canada, where you get like $2,000 a week and you get this and you get that and you get that, then we will be in a position where our employees wouldn't have to work. You know, we'll be in a position where we wouldn't have to work. We'll be in a position where nobody will have to choose between working and their health. But we don't live in a society that has that. So we have to.
How you feel about that? How you feel about capitalism?
I feel like conscious capitalism can work. I feel like capitalism also breeds content. And I feel like as long as capitalism exists in the way that it does today, that we're going to be in a position where morality is going to always be in question. And
Explain the breed content part.
because there's always going to be somebody making a lot of money, and there's always going to be somebody that is below those people making an ass of money saying, why can't I get this money? And there's always going to be things that prevent those certain people in these lower classes from getting to that money. There'll be outliers. There'll be people that do reach the highest of the heights. You know what I mean? But for the most part, and this is not specifically a race thing. I'm talking about a people thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There'll be a class of people that would like to get to the money, and everything that they do within their life will be concerned around money and why they have not and why they have. And that will breed content, right?
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. You open up these floodgates, so I really want to ask you this.
Okay.
Because
I still understand that I have a right to not answer. We'll go ahead.
Nah, I know your answer.
It's the Mexicans. No, I'm just playing.
All right.
It was some Alex Jones shit.
So here's the question. The question is, the numbers are spiking again, especially in traveling towns.
Sure.
So with the numbers spiking, do we go back to phase 1?
We can shut it down.
Do we shut everything down?
There's no or. We shut it down. We shut it all the way down.
Let me ask you though. Or do we think about the unemployment rate is the lowest as it's ever been in history?
The lowest? It's 40 million people. That's
I meant the highest.
Okay.
Excuse me. You know what I meant.
No, I didn't.
You know I've been drinking.
Okay.
But nah, it's the highest it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
So do we try to make guidelines around that, or do we just shut everything back down?
You shut it down.
You shut it down?
You shut it down. Unless you want the entire world inside the second wave to die. Like,
that's kind of what the question is, though. It's like, do you care more about the economy or do you care more about people?
I care more about people.
Yeah,
I care more about people, and I know you're saying that's being hypocritical because you open back up your business, right? That's very.
No, I wasn't asking that because of that.
No, because I asked myself that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's very hypocritical because you have a business and you open it back up, but we have a responsibility to the business to try to make money to keep the business running when it comes back open again. But morally speaking, like, I care about the lives of people because, nigga, I can't replace my grandmama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I can't replace my friends that got sick, and there's nothing I can do or say that is going to bring them back or is going to eliminate the hurt that people have experienced through that. You know what I mean? It's terrible what's happening due to the sickness that they have. You know what I mean? It's important right now, while we still can, to continue to expand the infrastructure of the healthcare system so that when the second wave comes, they're able to treat more bodies, more ventilators, more PPE for the nurses and the doctors. We need to do all of that stuff because what we do know is that, yes, let me be flattening the curves in other places, but you see tremendous spikes in others.
Correct.
And money doesn't matter when you dead.
And you know something else scary? We don't know if you can get it again.
We don't.
We don't know anything about the antibodies, but we're testing people for antibodies.
Yeah, like, it's not, I'm not going to say it's misinformation because it's something we've never seen, right?
Yeah.
But we have to do our due diligence in the science space to figure out what works and what doesn't. It's frustrating and it's hard, and every time we get a new update from the World Health Organization that says this works, this doesn't work, oh wait, this doesn't work. Nigga, they don't know. Nigga, you don't know.
It gets scary, don't it?
It's scary as hell. But it's scary as hell for everybody. We all going through this at the same time in real time. So I give grace to them niggas because, nigga, if you don't know and I don't know, but you smarter than me at that, then I'm going to give you time to figure that shit out. That's all you can do.
Do you stay away from your grandma at these times though?
Absolutely. Because
yes.
I've been around, I be going around the same people. But I don't know if they got it, and I don't know if I got it, and I haven't been tested. We gotta understand too. I'm not from here, so I'm not gonna play the pity party like my grandmama staying on, Wheeler Road or nothing. She stay in Alabama, Marlow, Alabama.
Yeah,
but like.
That's why I asked you, because my grandma stay way further.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, but I wouldn't want to go. I don't want to go. I would love to go see my mother, who is in Darien, right? I would love to go see my family, but I don't want to get them sick. And I've been exposed to a lot of different people. And it is my responsibility to accept the fate that I have, that I may have contracted the disease, and I want to keep them safe. So I will stay away from them or go get tested before I go down there.
Are you going to get tested, though? I heard they got to stick like this long Q-tip up your nose, down your throat or something.
Yeah. If I'm... Yes. Eventually, yes. If I plan to go around people that I'm not around, but that's hard. It's so hard. That's a hard question. I want to say yes, but then I work at the mall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to say yes, but I work in the club. I want to say yes, but I be in areas I should. I can say that. I should get tested every day. I should get tested every 2 to 3 days.
Because you got exposure to a lot of people. Especially
often.
that mall.
Yeah, like, and everybody just so happy to see you. Oh, I ain't seen you in so long. Like, I'm scared. It's a constant fear of mine. Every day, like, because I'm a lovable person. I want to embrace you. What's up, bro? Fuck with you, nigga shit.
I was just about to say that, like,
that shit.
When this shit first started happening, everybody shied away from the daps. It was all fists.
Yeah, them daps is back, baby.
Yeah, they back.
They back. Them daps is back.
Niggas ain't even hesitate.
Yesterday was my birthday. Them daps.
It was
back.
a lot of daps.
Daps, hugs, kisses on the cheek. I kissed in the mouth yesterday.
No.
In the mouth. In the mouth.
No.
So it's like, but, fear of death is a constant in my life. You know what I mean? Like, since I've been like 11. This is extra deep.
Nah, I'm ready though.
But like,
I'm with it.
Fear of death has been a thing. Like, I don't know what. I think we went to church or something. They was talking about Revelation and going to heaven, and then something just clicked in my head. Oh shit, you got to die to go to heaven. What is that like? You know what I mean? And I was just. It's been a constant thing, and due to that. And then you put a pandemic on top of that, and then you put police brutality on top of that, and then the awakening of blackness, and what does that mean to be a black man? Like, you put all of those things, like, my mind races about shit like that, and I try to find, like, I just try to shake my head out of it, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you got to think about something else.
It's crazy times we living in right now, too, because on top of us going through a pandemic, it's like, the whole Black Lives Matter movement is at the peak it ever can be at. And all this is going on at the same time.
No.
I'm talking about as far as this times right now.
Because when the looting starts, okay.
They were looting. But I think it's going to get worse, though.
It's definitely it has the potential to get significantly worse. If I got the timeline right, and I could be wrong, Martin Luther King dies, they ride in the streets. We get the rest of the civil rights bills. Is how that went?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just making sure. But after
1968.
68 for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I know for sure.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
Like, Civil War happens. We get freedom. The American Revolution happens. A lot of people died. Then we developed the country. America's foundation is blood. You know what I mean? Blood and crime. Because let us never forget that the people that first came to America were not explorers of a great world. They were debtors. This was a debtors colony. Okay? These are people that were the lowest levels of society in the country in which they came from, that were going to be set from prison, or you can go colonize this nation called America. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, and then that wasn't peaceful either. Look what they did to the indigenous people of America. You know what I mean? Like it was tough. It was tough what happened. You know, you get Trail of Tears and smallpox blankets and all of that. You know, and then they say, there's some niggas over there, we're going to go grab them. Transatlantic slave trade. 300 years of that. War happens again. Then we shit on black folks again for the next ever. And now Obama. And now we're here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible, man. And there has been a reckoning there's been an awakening, especially in the last few weeks, because we had to sit and watch another black man die in the streets. And we sat and watched that black man die in the streets for 8 minutes and 40-some seconds.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle.
You know, that was a great goddamn, what is it called? Comedy special?
Bro, I got really emotional like watching that.
Me too. Because he's right.
I honestly didn't laugh. Everybody was like, it was so funny. I laughed. I didn't laugh, bro.
There wasn't
I only laughed like 2 parts. I laughed when he was talking about old girl that said she fucked him.
Oh yeah.
I laughed at that because that's just funny.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
And I laughed about the Ja Rule part. That was it. Besides that, I did not laugh, bro.
No, he said no. I laughed at those 2 parts as well, and then I laughed when they said, "Yeah, I got some pussy jokes."
Oh yeah. I laughed that part too. But besides that, I was like, "This is heavy, bro."
Yeah, it's very
like
heavy.
This is heavy.
He touched on a point that was very poignant too, as it relates to Kobe Bryant when he went into that story.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That was heavy also.
The day that Kobe died, he had to go to the Grammys and they didn't go because Kobe died.
That shit was heavy as hell.
But it speaks to where we're at right now, right? So because there's a pandemic, the world has stopped, and a big part of the world was sports. You know what I mean? And beyond these great athleticisms that they put on display, the greatest athletes the world has ever seen is playing in these national sports. Once that stopped, not only did we lose that, but we lost the biggest distraction, right, from the world. And that's what he was tying that to. I think he kind of did it, but that is a big part. Like, the distractions of the world has caused everybody to stop and look at this singular thing, right? And that is what has galvanized the people to say, we are tired of this. Because let's not get fucked up when white folks is out there. When we see LA and we see Chicago and Detroit and Savannah and all of these places in between, it's a lot of white folks out there, more white folks than we've ever seen at Black Lives Matter protests, you know?
But do you feel like it's getting trendy, or do you think it's just time for this? It's time for the people to stand up.
I don't want to discredit the amount of allies that have came into the movement and said that this is a legitimate change by saying it's trendy. There are a lot of people that's going out there, and you seen the girl with the she had a drill. She stopped to take a picture, putting the piece of wood on the you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You seen that?
Yeah, I seen that shit.
And she was doing that, and that is a bad part of the game. That's a terrible part of the game. But there's so many more people that legitimately are trying to make a significant
That video
change.
was gross too.
That shit was disgusting, G. It was disgusting.
I think we got to put a little bit more words so the people know what that is. So it was a lady. It was during the time of looting, right? Mm-hmm. And she got out of like a Audi SUV, and she went to take a picture and act like she was a part of what was going on and jump back in the Audi.
And took off. Like, what part of the game is that?
Yeah.
Like, that is in and of itself a distraction away from what they are out here for, you know, and that is disgusting. But there's so many other people that are actually doing the work and trying to peacefully protest and trying to make a significant change, and I feel like that this is not going away anytime soon. But I also feel like it's like Killer Mike said, it's time to organize and strategize and all of that stuff.
Correct.
And figure out what is the plan here. We need to take all
that Killer Mike speech was probably one of the greatest speeches I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
And this is coming from somebody that has studied a lot.
Word.
And that's a great one, bruh. Honestly, like, no lie, when I seen it, I was on the way to Jacksonville to see my homeboy, and he's not a big fan of Killer Mike. And I was like, bruh, you have to see this Killer Mike speech.
Yeah.
And I showed it to him, and he was like, yeah, you're right, bruh. That was
Yeah.
it. Because, like, that was just flawless, bruh. It was flawless. And then on top of that, before I even watched that, I felt him because I know about, like, the history of Atlanta. And I could not believe niggas was out there riding.
I can though.
I can't believe it,
because
dog.
you have some people.
That's a historical city, a historical black city, bro.
Of course it is. Like, I'm not as well. I may not be as well versed, but I'm good on Atlanta. But you gotta understand. So don't nobody give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah.
Nobody give a fuck about that. Like,
I'm not mad at that.
and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of bad policing that happens in Atlanta too. You know what I mean? And people are tired, and people react to situations a lot differently. I cannot say that. I can say what they did was a bad thing, but I can also understand exactly why they were out there in these streets doing that shit. Some people,
I get it.
Some people were being they were taking advantage of a situation and just getting off in flips. You feel me? That happened.
Yeah.
That happened.
Selling buzz down rollies.
But what we can never do is take more offense to those actions than the action that's
Than the original actions.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
You'll
Like,
never get an argument from me about that.
I was arguing with somebody on Facebook. You cannot argue self-responsibility in the black community when America is not taking responsibility
Hold up,
for
bro.
what
Hold up,
happens
bro.
to
Hold
us.
up. My bad. I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta ask you this question. Are you one of them people that argue with the All Lives Matter people?
Yes. Yes. And it's not like,
Why do you argue with them?
It's not because it's because it's entertaining to see what people will say about you to your face, lacking no evidence. They have zero evidence, and the claims that they will make will be completely discredited by a few words. Like, bruh, black people built this country for free.
Facts.
And then I just get off the internet. Or I'll say, racism is real. Or I'll say,
Bruh, I like that sign that somebody put up during the baseball game, and it was like, racism is as real as baseball.
bruh, it's real. And for you, and I love to hear. I also will do that primarily because I don't know everything, and to hear the worldview of other people is important so that you can deduce what is good and what is not good and make your own worldview on what you personally believe. Because sometimes in the midst of all of the bullshit, there is a truth that can be found, not within them, or not, or in the not with solely them, or not solely with me, but somewhere in the middle, there can be a truth found for one individual. And if I can say to somebody who's All Lives Matter type that, which leads me back to what I was saying, like, somebody asked me about social responsibility. There got to be personal responsibility. And then I say something like, how can you, people will always scream personal responsibility, but America hasn't taken responsibility for what happened to black folks. And then they say, what do you mean what happened to black folks? And I say the 450 years of social, mental, economical, physiological, religious oppression of black people. And then they say, what do you mean by that? And then I say, okay, slavery, Jim Crow, separate but unequal.
Yeah, bro. You sound like me. I was just talking to somebody about this, I think 2 nights ago. I was telling them I was like, so the years I skipped when I was just telling you like the places I lived in Germany between those years.
Sure.
And I was telling them that the years I lived in Germany, you know, I kind of studied World War II and I seen like the effects of Hitler. And the thing that's different between us in America and them from the effects of World War II is after Hitler died, they corrected those mistakes. They got it over with. You know what I'm saying? They moved forward. Yeah. We never did that in America. That's why we're where we're at. Where we're at today. Right. We never did that.
There was no atonement for the sins that America was built on.
Yeah.
And as much as I was like, nah, we shouldn't give these niggas no money for reparations. Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should. That's a part of the growth that I've had as a man too. Like, think about it, bro. If I build your house and you never pay me, and then 10 years from now, you take a loan on a house and you start a business, and then that business grosses $500,000, and then 20 years from now,
and you still broke.
And then I never got paid for your house.
And you still broke, and I'm rich.
Yes, as fuck. If you rich as fuck, then what? Now I still harbor this resentment towards you because you never pay me for the work that I did.
And that's gross. It's disgusting. But for some reason, this simple concept that we're speaking of course, me and you are going to understand as black men, they just don't get that shit for some reason. It's something about it that's going over their head.
It's an omission of factual evidence. They just take that and just throw it on the side because that would mean that they would have to atone.
Yeah.
Okay, for what happened to us,
bruh. Let me tell you a quick story. I've dealt with a white woman before, right?
Facts.
Very intelligent white woman.
She was fine.
She was fine. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of fine white women in my life, though.
That's what I'm talking about.
But this one was very fine.
That's part of my reparations plan. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, nah. Keep it straight. You gotta. Nah. I'm gonna stay off that because this is a serious story, so I'm gonna stay off that. But bruh, I'm dealing with this white woman, and you know, we sitting in this room, we pillow talking and shit. And she's just talking about kind of the topic we talking about, kind of not though. And I'm telling her, I'm like, you know, I don't think you really understand that topic like you think you do. And she's talking to me like, no, I read books like you always be talking about, Marcus Garvey and, you know, the thoughts and opinions of Marcus Garvey, you know, books like that. I've read those books and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. I don't think you understand the real world perception of it. Mm-hmm. I was like, I can break it down to you. My grandpa, who just passed away maybe 10 years ago, when he passed away, he was like 70 years old. He was the first person in my family to own land. And she was like, okay. I was like, I want you to go find the first person in your family to own land. And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, nah, really think about that. And she was like, people been owning land in my family. I was like, exactly. That's what you're not getting. That's our whole thing with reparations. My grandpa, I'm talking about somebody who I grew up with, was the first person to own land in our whole entire family. Fact. My mom, the person that birthed me, the one who I'm around, is the now second person in the family to have a degree. Do you get that yet? Yeah, like, you know, I'm breaking that down to her. I'm like, my mom was the first person to have a degree. I'm the second. Like, that's it.
A lot of times they speak on history as if it happened a millennia ago. When your granddaddy. No, excuse me. We have been free since when? 1865, something like that, right? But your granddaddy, I'll just speak for my granddaddy. My granddaddy, sharecropper, right? Mm-hmm. Then my granddaddy's father was a sharecropper, probably. His daddy was a slave. That's 4 generations ago.
That's not that long.
That's not that long at all.
That's
not that long at all. And
we had pictures of generations. So
yes. And the fact that you could ignore that what happened to us has a constant effect on what is happening to us today, there's no way that you can ignore that is a direct result from slavery.
Exactly. And it's everything. It's every topic we can think of.
Every single thing. Like that show Black as Fuck. You seen it?
Yeah.
Because slavery, it's real. It's real. They ask why we have all this crime in our communities. But they don't say why are we in these communities.
Can we talk about that topic? Because I really hate that shit.
What?
Well, black people are talking about police killings, but black on black crime is extremely high.
Black on black crime doesn't exist. Black on black crime is propaganda. Black on black crime is propaganda because we never hear about white on white crime. We never hear about Mexican on Mexican crime or Asian on Asian crime. The only time that you hear race criminality referred to race is black on black crime.
But their rebuttal will be, what about police officers killing white people?
So it's okay for police officers to kill white people? Is it cool? Take race out of it. Police shouldn't be killing people unless.
But bro, think about how we're talking about it right now, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got nothing for you. But they gonna have something for you, and it's like this topic is not even that deep.
It isn't that
What's
deep.
there not to understand?
Police should be held at a higher standard because they are obligated to protect the citizens in which occupy the community in which they work. Right. Mm-hmm. That's it. Whether you're doing wrong, if you commit a crime, you should not be charged. Jury, and executioner. Judge, jury, executioner should not play out in the street. Should play out in the court system because we're all allowed due process.
Correct.
Until you're not, and then most likely you die in the street. You know what I'm saying?
No snitching.
Like
y'all need to holler at 6ix9ine.
Huh? But I don't play by those rules because I am a civilian. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now when you
me also
I don't do none of that, and I'm telling on everybody because
I ain't gonna say I'm telling, but depending on the situation, I'm telling.
Let me tell you something. Of course, I understand who I am and who I'm not, and what I am not, and what I is a gangster.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm not even going to attempt to live a street or hard lifestyle. This is totally separate from what we're talking about. But you cannot.
We can go here.
Yeah, you cannot. Ain't no Prodigy said a long time. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna be in that world in totality. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with it. And if you're not in that world, respect what it is that's going on over there and understand that if you do not play by those rules, then you cannot play that game at all. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of intertwining in that game with the nightlife. Sure, why not? But I'm not doing that because I'm not built for that.
Yeah.
Thank God for the sidewalks because the streets, it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. That's all I had to say about that. But back to...
You been in jail before?
Huh?
You been in jail before?
My mama worked at the jail for 20 years.
Yeah.
She worked as 911. Yep. She worked as a dispatcher. But have I ever committed a crime and had to go be processed in a jail? No. I visited several times. It's nice.
It's nice.
In the
office.
In the office. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing I have with the police. I'm not a guy that is saying oh, we don't need police or no shit like that.
I'm glad you segued that for me. That was my next question. I was gonna ask you, were you a defund the police person?
Yeah, but I'm also that is a stupid thing.
Can we talk about that though?
Sure.
Defunding the police.
No, we gotta stop. We gotta stop saying defund the police because that is PR for people who
Knightmare. I'm using this as a clip, so I'm just warning you. Go ahead, keep going.
Defund the police is a bad phrase to use for what needs to happen, right? The idea of defunding the police is taking money from the police stations where they're getting a lot of influx of cash and incentives to go out and do police work, right? When you should reallocate funds in other services that enhance the community for it to be better. You know what I mean?
You broke that down so perfectly.
That's all it is. So it's a beautiful hashtag to use. Defund the police is simple, right? Boom. But it's not giving off a true representation of what needs to happen. When they saying dismantling the police, they're not saying...
Because, a lot of people saying get rid of the police and we police our own neighborhoods.
No! No!
That's why I'm glad you're speaking on this, so I don't have to.
But what I will say is that there needs to be people there needs to be a drive or something to get more people that exist in these communities already, that live in these different communities where they are not unfamiliar with who
Correct.
the people are.
Correct.
Because if you know that this 6'8" dude that looked like a Stone Cold Killer is really the sweetest, nicest guy in the world, and he is not on the street doing bad things, he just looked crazy, then you're not gonna press him. Over policing needs to stop too. Like over policing in these different communities needs to stop too. But as far as defunding the police, no, we're not saying take every dollar out of the police, dismantle the police, and everybody just get out here and buy a pistol and we're gonna just see what happens. No, there needs to be a system of organizational law where people feel safe when the police come. And
but bro,
and the demilitarization of the police needs to happen as well. Like, there are so many police stations that get all of these things from the U.S. Military services. They get all of this stuff. There is no reason why there should be a tank in the middle of the projects in Atlanta.
I agree.
What the hell are we doing?
But bro, everybody... You caught me off guard with that take shit, because that was wild. That's
Yes.
wild as hell.
I'm like, and then you see the little girl dancing and stuff in front. Like, I'm pretty sure that the police probably wasn't tripping at all. You know what I mean? But why is there a tank down there? Why are we out in school? I'm all in your area. But why are we why are these things happening to where we have to question, is our safety in jeopardy for just being? Like the police are. My mom, like I just told you, my mom worked for the Brunswick Police Department for the better part of 20-some years, right? Mm-hmm. And when my mom was at work, my mom was a single mother, and we stayed in Evergreen Apartments. She would have these police officers ride by our house, shine a light in the window, just to make sure that we was okay while she was at work. Those cops are great for that. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for them. Cops that took me home from, places. So I'm not saying that cops are bad, because I know that they're good. And I'm talking about black, white, whatever. However, there is minimal to no room for actual errors in the job in which you do, right? Because the error is so vast that you may actually end life. And life is the most precious commodity in the world.
It's a technical job.
Yeah, like your room for error has to be low. And when things go bad, there needs to be an accountability that goes along with that.
So Knightmare, I was actually gonna make a YouTube video about this, but since we got so deep in this conversation, I'm gonna talk about it now on this podcast.
Sure.
I was in a cigar lounge, right? In North Augusta, smoking a cigar. It was only me and another gentleman in there. It was a white gentleman, and we were just in there talking about cigars or whatever. Then we got to talking about today and what's going on today. Mm-hmm. And he ended up telling me that he was a police officer, but he just put his 2 weeks notice in. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa, why'd you put your 2 weeks notice in? Of course, he gave me like a cute answer. We started drinking whiskey. Lit up another cigar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now he got to talking.
Here come the truth.
So he told me, he said he was on 56 and it was a kid in a Mustang racing another kid in like some kind of drag car, like a Honda or something.
Sure.
And he said he pulled over the kid in the Mustang. It was like, you know, like a mixed kid with like long hair. Pulled him over. As soon as he gets up to the car, the kid has his hand on the steering wheel and he's hysterical. He's screaming. He's crying. He's like, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. And he said he broke down. Just completely broke down. He didn't know what to do. He got in his car. He called for backup. They came up there. He drove off. He went home. He was like, he just went home. He was like, he couldn't even handle it. Mm-hmm. He said he got home. He just wasn't feeling it. He was like, I cannot believe a kid thought I was going to kill him because I pulled him over. This is a white guy. And he said he just got to thinking about it. And when he got to work, they was going to punish him for leaving the scene. Mm-hmm. So he put his 2 weeks in so they wouldn't fire him. Put his 2 weeks in. And before he told me that story, he was talking about how he wanted to open up a coffee shop and how he wanted to give back to the community and be a substitute teacher, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
So he basically said after that happened, he got to thinking about things and he was like, you know what? He was like, everybody always say all cops aren't bad cops. And he was like, but if you really break it down, there's 10 cops, right? And he was like, honestly and truly, out of 10 cops, there's probably gonna be like 2 cops that's good cops. There's gonna be 2 cops that's horrible cops. Like, you know, like Training Day. That's what he used.
Yeah.
He was like Training Day because he was like that shit is wild. Like you don't never see shit like that. He was like, that's wild. That's a movie. And he was like, and then those other 6 cops really don't know what the hell going on. They just gonna follow behind whoever's the superior. And if that superior is a bad cop, that's just what it is. But he was like, honestly, he was like, but out of those 6, there's like 3 of them that just really don't know. So he was like, when something bad happens, the ones that don't know, they just follow behind because they're followers. He was like, so now who's the good cops? And then he was like, then you have somebody like me who I know I'm a good cop, but if I follow behind too, because I have to appease the other 8 officers, he was like, what does it make me?
I feel like that
shit deep, by the way.
Yeah. He knows because the burden of knowledge is knowing that everybody else doesn't know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The burden of having that knowledge is that you have to live every day with the fact that you know that things aren't great. And you have to make a conscious decision to be complicit, or you have to make a conscious decision to go against everyone who you've ever worked with, who you work with, who are your brothers in blue, to speak out against these travesties. But you are so powerful in the reform movement because you can be a truth teller for the people that are actually good cops, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a hard thing to I'm pretty sure, because I ain't never had to do it, but it's a hard thing to be a good police officer and every day they saying fuck the police. Every day when you pull on a black person over, when you have nothing but the intentions of doing your job and trying to get back home every day. That's all you want to do is do your job the best way you can, the right way. Help people who are not committing crimes be safer and go the fuck home. You are in a tough position, but the things don't get better if nothing is being said.
Bro, so before we get off of here, let me talk about some fat nigga shit. I went to a Chinese spot yesterday.
Okay.
And I ordered a chicken wing and shrimp fried rice.
Facts.
They gave me 4 wings.
For whole wings? Whole wings?
No. 4 wings. 2 drums, 2 flats, and some shrimp fried rice. For $11.97.
That is an injustice. That is like I first of all, I hate them teeny weeny wings unless they very flavorful.
They was big, but I also hate big wings. Like you were talking about Limelight earlier. I'm not a fan of Limelight. I wasn't gonna say that, but
I mean, if that's how you feel, Limelight got the best deal on wings in the city.
you think so?
For $20 or $25, you get a pitcher of beer, wings, like 20 wings,
That
and
curly
fries.
is good.
And fries for $25. You can go to another restaurant around here and get a plate of wings for $13. You can go to another restaurant and get a 8-piece or 6-piece for less than that, more than that. Like, they got the best deal on wing. And I don't go to Limelight like that. I'll go. I don't have a problem with Limelight. But they got the best deal for wings as a unit in the city. Who got a better wing deal?
I don't think nobody.
$25, you get a pitcher of beer, fries, and 20 wings.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. I'm a Columbia County nigga, so I love Alley Cats.
Let me tell you something about Alley Cats. Alley Cats will always and forever hold a special place in my heart because Thursday nights before me and the gang we started Playground. You remember when Playground was going up?
I remember you used to be in Playground too.
Before that, every Thursday night we would be at Alley Cats getting smacked for on them dollar beers and them $2 or $3 Jaegers and Fireball. That's when Fireball first came out, if I remember right. Like, we would be out here getting smacked to the T. And it was always a good time. It was never no bull. You couldn't play pool because everybody just wanted to stand back off in there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
on the left-hand side.
I remember.
Like, it was hard to play pool, but Alley Cats is the truth. I don't know how it is now, but before we started Playground and all that, Alley Cats was definitely a place to be for me.
Yeah, people say that the only reason why Limelight is more popular than Alley Cats right now is because they open on Sundays.
I never thought about that.
Me neither until they said it the other day.
Well, I'm a downtown guy too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I live downtown, I work downtown, I play downtown. And that's just where I be at. So I guess I
Bro, y'all people that live downtown, y'all have a different lifestyle too.
What you mean?
Nah, the lifestyle is different. Like, it's just like y'all wake up and it's like it's people. And you just go out, you're with people. Mm-hmm. It's just a different lifestyle.
I feel like when I left, because before I stayed downtown, I stayed on Central Avenue. Mm-hmm. And we always used to just go downtown. And me and my homeboy Snoop, we always used to be like, bro, why we don't have to do this when it's always.
Hey, yo, Snoop?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is my homeboy Snoop that went to college with me.
Oh,
Shout out
okay,
to Snoop though. That's my
yeah.
guy. But my homeboy Snoop, we was like, bro, we don't have to keep staying over here. We can just move downtown. And once we live that downtown life at a young age, it was on, and I never left. Well, I did leave because I got evicted one time. Totally my fault.
What'd you do?
It was about it. Well,
some trash.
Yeah, it was some trash. But when I got evicted from the apartment I stayed on Millage Road, totally my fault.
Parties.
Huh?
Parties.
We weren't paying.
Oh.
We weren't paying on time. We wasn't paying on time.
Okay.
We wasn't paying on time. That was definitely our fault. But after I stayed on Curtis Briscoe Flow for a minute, I moved back downtown, and that's been the best decision I made. Like, if you don't have children, if you always want to just be active and just get into something, and you just want to be out, like, I open my door and let's get it. We out here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you exactly where I stay, but
please don't.
You open the door and just let's get it.
Because I told like 5 people about this podcast, and they were like, "Yeah, this one's gonna go up." But
you think so?
Yeah, because people want to hear. People definitely want to hear about you.
I mean, I've always prided myself on if somebody asks me something, I'm gonna tell them. But I guess you can't tell everybody the same thing at the same time.
Nah, but you know, like when you well known, people don't view you as approachable.
But why not? I don't be doing nothing but
I don't know, because like, you know, I ain't no well known person, but every time I spoke to you, you was approachable.
I would hope so. I feel like I feel like I'm a good guy. I feel like I'm a nice guy. I feel like I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what. There's no other explanation.
But they got to know you first.
You think so? Do I give a first impression of not nice?
Nah.
All right. So what are you talking about?
Bruh, like, so how people think is just, that's too deep. for wrapping it up.
Oh yeah, we are supposed to be wrapping it up. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, man, make sure y'all go to Studio, man. Check out Studio. That collab y'all did with Wayne was great. Also, he's been on the podcast too.
Dope.
I wanted to get a shirt, but y'all was sold out in my sizes. Y'all sold out fast in them shirts.
Yeah, and it's a limited run, so you'll probably never see that shirt again.
I know.
But we will be launching our website soon, so we'll have plenty of merch on there for you. I'll make sure you get a shirt as well. And one piece of advice I think that you should get with collaborators of like different brands, like shout out to Quad with Godspeed. You should
Shout out Quad. I fuck with Quad.
Heck yeah. You should find those different people, man, and wear their stuff on the show like Cosby. Especially if you have like a visual platform.
But you know what's crazy? I do have a couple people's shirts that I just haven't wore yet.
Yeah,
because I've been having my stuff like downstairs. I keep talking about downstairs.
Oh, you got
see
your
how
own
crazy
shirts?
it is? I got shirts.
Okay,
I got sponsored stuff down there that I got to get to.
Yeah, well,
but I'm getting to that though.
Put that in the rotation, man.
Yeah,
they would greatly appreciate it, and that'd be a good thing to just show love to people, and then people will send you free stuff.
Yeah, and if you give me a shirt, I'll wear it.
I got one for sale.
I'll buy it too.
I'm for real.
I'll buy it too.
I'll definitely get you a shirt, bro. Ain't no problem.
Yeah. But it's another episode of Sit Down with Slim, man. Shout out to Knightmare for this great episode.
Please be sure to like, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media, DJ KNIGHTMARE. That's DJKnightmare.com. Don't go to the website. It's down.
Plugged in.
The website is currently under maintenance. By maintenance, I haven't paid that bill in a month.
We out, dog.